Hey guys, welcome back to Baddie and a Book. My name is Gabby and today we have a little bit of an unboxing to do today. There's a few things that are special about this particular unboxing. One is probably going to be my last book haul unboxing for a little while. I want to take a little bit of a break from doing any unboxings. And then two, I got all these books for free. Not really. So Book Outlet, they have a program where the more books you buy, the more rewards that you get. So you have these rewards that you can use eventually towards purchasing books, and that's what I use for that. And then same thing for well, not the same thing, but Amazon. On Amazon, I had a gift card from a family member. One of my grandparents gifted me a gift card to Amazon, so I used the gift card, the remaining amount on the gift card, to get my Amazon books. And then lastly, we actually have, I'm not going to mention it just yet, but we actually have a book haul or a purchase that I made from a website or an app, either or, that I decided a while ago that I was gonna not really be using very often because of like the pricing. So I'm just gonna leave it at that for right now. Another quick note about this haul is that I did already open all of the boxes because they had been sitting in my porch or on my foyer for a little while. I did just open them to make sure that all of the books were accounted for and that I had everything, just to check the quality of the books, make sure that they weren't damaged. So I did put them back into the packages just for the unboxing feel or what have you. So yeah, if you like these types of videos, please like and comment down below and subscribe if you aren't already. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and I'm hoping to get there soon. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the books. So this is the first package from Amazon. Now this book, for some reason this one ships separately from the others, and then the rest of them are in a box by themselves. But this one is called Ruthless by L.J. Shen. This is my first time actually picking up anything from L.J. Shen. I do have another book that's in the other Amazon box as well, but I absolutely loved this cover. This one was also really cheap. Everything, I think, from at least from Amazon, all of the books that were included in that were under $10. So this one follows Araya, and it follows a love story of her falling in love with her housekeeper's son when she was a child. Then it fast forwards about 20 years later, and her father, who she is a publicist for, so her father is actually being sued by a former employee. It doesn't confirm on the back of the book, but I am assuming that it is the housekeeper or something to do with the housekeeper. And then Christian Miller, who is the young boy that she fell in love with when she was a child, the housekeeper's son, ends up coming back to the surface as well. He's actually the attorney for the employee. So I thought that would be so freaking interesting. It's giving a little bit of forbidden romance, maybe second chance romance as well, which I thought would be very interesting. I haven't heard too much about L.J. Shen. Like, I haven't watched too many vlogs about this particular author or any reviews in detail about this author, so I'm really excited to pick this one up and try this one out for myself. And then next we have the Amazon box with the rest of the books in here. So we've got all of these books. Oh my gosh, please, not around two. Please, not around two. I'm dropping shit, we just don't need that today. So, Advice from a Sunflower by Jen Stevens. This one follows Eli and Layla. It's giving friends to enemies to lovers. I want to say there might also be some miscommunication in here as well, and here's why. So, Layla and Eli, they were best friends when they were kids, always platonic friends, but she actually always felt a little bit of a crush for him, or a lot of a crush for him. So she always had to kind of watch him with other girls. It made her jealous until one night they ended up having a night together. It doesn't specify what happens that night, but I'm assuming, you know, they get maybe a little bit intimate, maybe they fall a little bit for each other, and feeling starts to evolve. The next morning she leaves. After those turn of events, she leaves and she vows to never come back. After 7 years, she finally does come back to the town that she abandoned after reinventing herself, building the career and the life that she wanted. And she revisits to Eli, who is really, really fucking upset with her and claims that all of the shit that he has dealt with for the last 7 years is a result of her. It's her fault, and he is essentially, he's just not having it. So I'm excited about this one. I thought that this one was really cute. It had really good reviews. No, I'm just really excited to pick this one up. I didn't see anybody talk about this book either. One of my biggest goals for this book haul was to get books primarily that I've never really heard of before, specifically the ones from Amazon. So I was happy to pick that one up. Then I have 2 books by A.C. Arthur, which is another author that I had never heard of, and 2 books I had never heard of before. So I have Happy is on Hiatus and The After Party. The covers of these two, 1000% a cover buy here for me. This one kind of surrounds a woman and discovering her husband's affair, while this one follows 3 women. So we have kind of like a women's contemporary novel here, and then I'm assuming a romance novel. I'm assuming there's going to be romance in both of these, but I'm really excited to pick these ones up and eventually find out and read an author that I've never heard of before. The biggest thing about buying books, the one thing that I will say, buy books that are popular, but also try to do some book searching of your own, just to see if you can find some hidden gems that nobody's ever heard of or talked about before. I think it's a cool thing on BookTube and on TikTok and stuff like that for you to read books that everyone else is reading. It gives it a big like book club vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like a big national, international book club vibe when everyone's reading the same books. But it's also nice to kind of like get away from reading the books that everyone else is reading. The next book that I picked up is the other LJ Shen book, which is Beautiful Graves. I did not read the back of this book simply because I just know that this book I think is really sad, from what I remember people saying about it. Love the cover of this one. This one was also on sale. I think it was only like $7 or $8. So I was really happy to pick this one up because of the fact that it could add to my LJ Shen. I'll have 2 of her books now. And then lastly from Amazon, I picked up 2 Christina C. Jones books. This is an author that I've actually seen and been looking at online on Amazon for a little while now. This is just my first time actually picking up 2 of her books. So I do have Relationship Goals and then Love and Other Things. Okay, so this book follows 3 couples with 3 different stories. I think it's all one story. I don't think there are 3 different novellas in here, but we're following 3 couples, Tara and Chris, Val and... it doesn't say, let me see, Val and Devin, I believe. Yeah, Val and Devin, and then Kristen and Jackson, just based off of the heads of the chapters or the titles of the chapters. They're dual POV with all 3, so we are getting 6 different POVs in this very short book, but needless to say, I am really excited to pick that one up. And then Relationship Goals, this one is another one that is dual POV. It's following Nick and Noah. I don't really know a whole lot about this book, but there's that. And then we have the Book Outlet box, which I'm so excited about. I don't know if you guys saw my last Book Outlet haul, but in that particular haul, I can't remember if it was the last one or the one before it, but Book Outlet lost one of my boxes. Well, actually US Postal Service is the one that lost it. And the only reason why I picked up those books in that particular order is because I really wanted a particular book, and in order to get free shipping, you have to spend at least $35. And because the books are so cheap, usually I just get all the ones that seem interesting to me. And so because they lost that one book, I was so sad because I was like, well, that defeated the whole purpose of me buying all these books, because the one that I really wanted was not in stock. Well, they ended up restocking that book. And again, like I always do, I always end up trying to get the free shipping. And then of course I also had a credit, and they actually had some really good picks this time. So I'm really excited. The first book that I picked up is Jasmine Guillory's Drunken Love, which I was so intrigued to see this on Book Outlet because this one is a lot newer. I don't know what this one is about, but I have seen so many people talk about this book, and I've seen so many good reviews so far. Jasmine Guillory is kind of like a hit or miss for a lot of people. Some people love her, some people hate her. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. The cover is absolutely stunning. Like, they did that with this cover. I absolutely love it. And this is definitely now high up on my TBR. And then I picked up 2 books from an author called Cameron Lund. I picked up The Best Laid Plans and Heartbreakers and Fakers. According to just looking at the covers of these books, I'm assuming that both of these 2 are in the same series. they look like they could possibly be, maybe, potentially. This one is giving, just based on the cover, it's giving maybe a love triangle because it has a little best friends necklace, a little, this one right here, the little best friends necklace put into two. And then you've got two girls here. She looks like she's a little jealous. And then we've got a little couple holding hands here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What? Hold up. Oh, hell no. Okay, so this one is very interesting. So there is a little bit of a love triangle, but not really. So it follows a girl by the name of Penny. She is the popular kid in school. This is a YA novel, so it does take place in high school. And she is best friends with Olivia. She is dating Jordan, and Olivia is dating Kai. Right? And all I really know is that she ended up kissing Olivia's boyfriend. So she kissed her best friend's boyfriend. Sounds like it's gonna be a shit show. And then this book I actually saw this one in Books A Million at one point, and I was like super close to picking it up. I didn't end up actually picking it up during that trip. Oh, this one is giving a maybe potentially a friends to lovers. So we have a main character by the name of Keely, and she is like one of the only virgins in her friend group in her class, and she wants to have that experience. So she starts to potentially look into dating people in her school, but the problem is that she's known everybody in her high school. She already kind of knows everybody until she meets this new kid by the name of Dean, but he's in college. I don't know how they meet. It doesn't say how they meet in the synopsis, but she meets him. And she doesn't want him to think, because he's in college, she doesn't want him to think that she's inexperienced, and she doesn't want him to know that. So her bright plan is to hook up with her best friend Andrew, which she knows he cares about her, he's not going to betray her, and I'm guessing that they end up falling for each other. So I thought that's really fucking cute. And then we have a friendship novel. This one is called Sugartown Queens by Mala Nunn. This cover is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I wish it came in paperback, but it did not. And this one is giving a YA coming of age, but it's also giving a little bit of a mystery vibes with this particular novel. She ends up finding, her dad's not in the picture, and she ends up finding something about an address, a mysterious address at the bottom of her mom's purse, and a large amount of cash as well. So when she finds this, it kind of brings up this mystery of like, okay, what the hell is my mom doing? Why does she have this mysterious address? Why does she have all this cash at the bottom of her purse? What's going on? And she kind of goes in to investigate it. Essentially, this is a story about friendship and family, which I thought was very interesting. Now, the next book I picked up, and if you watched my previous book haul, this was the book that got lost in transit, and that was Fable. I have been wanting to get my hands on this book for so damn long. I've heard nothing but great things about this. The only thing that I really know about this book is that it is a pirate fantasy novel, and I've heard that this is really, really good. It's the first book in a series. I believe there are a total of 3 books out. There's Fable, Namesake, and then Saint, I believe, are the 3 books in the series so far. So I'm really, really excited to pick this one up eventually. This one is something different. I don't even own anything like this on my shelf, which was why it was so intriguing for me to pick this one up to begin with, because I do have some fantasy books. I just don't have anything in regards to or surrounding pirates. So I thought that that was very interesting. Another book that I picked up was another Jane Igharo book, and this one is called Where We End and Begin. First of all, this cover is absolutely stunning. This is a YA novel. Let's see here. It is actually blurred by Helen Huang, which I thought was very interesting. This one is giving a second chance romance, and it's my 3rd book by that particular author, so I'm really excited to eventually pick this one up. I might end up doing a reading vlog with all of her books together, like reading all of her books in one. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I haven't seen anybody do it just yet for this particular author, so that may be something that I end up doing. And then we have How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days. I actually remember when this was mentioned on Book of the Month. It was one of the picks and something that everybody was kind of picking up. And so I thought that it would be really interesting to pick this one up and read it for myself. I don't know a whole lot about what exactly this is about. I believe this is a romance novel, most definitely. But I don't know anything other than it has something to do with Keanu Reeves, potentially. So I'm really excited to pick this one up eventually as well. And then the last book in this, in the book outlet box is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This one, as we all know, they say is an identical story to Love in Other Words, which I thought would be so interesting to eventually do a video where maybe I read both and kind of determine if one is better than the other, if they are actually alike. So this one was really more so for content purposes, to be able to read it to see if this is comparable to Love in Other Words, the OG. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. I'm wondering if this one was written after Love in Other Words. Let me see. Yeah, this one is showing 2022. So that was the last book in this particular box. Okay. Now, the last box that I have here, I know it looks like an Amazon box, but it's not an Amazon box. I revisited out of curiosity a website called PangoBooks, and if you know, you know, but in my last vlog that I did, I mentioned how I purchased a few books off of PangoBooks, and that the only reason why I really purchased off of there was because of the coupons that I got. But other than that, the books are very high priced, in my opinion, for it being a secondhand website. I understand that people are trying to make their money. They're trying to make somewhat of a profit for selling their books on there. But I honestly, in my opinion, when it comes to PangoBooks, the more you sell, I think the prices should be, or the incentive should be, the more you buy, the more money you save in terms of purchasing books, because the price of shipping is outrageous. And then also to sell books, used books, for damn near the retail price, I don't necessarily agree with. If a customer or somebody can get it from somewhere where, like a brand new book, where you can purchase brand new books, I think that people should keep that in mind when pricing their items on PangoBooks.com. But needless to say, I went on this website and I found one particular seller, which I will link all of the information for that seller here. I'll link it down in the description box, but I will also put up pictures here. And one, her books were all very reasonably priced. I was very shocked. And on top of that, shipping wasn't like too crazy. Each book that I picked up was about $3, and then I think the shipping was like $8 to $9 or $7 to $9 or something like that. But even in total, all of the books that are in this box here, I purchased in the total was like $27 or something like that, something along those lines. So I was thoroughly fucking impressed already with the price point, the quality of the books, the fastness of the shipping, how quickly the seller shipped out the items, and then it was amazing with those components by itself, right? So you got good prices, good quality, and they shipped out really fast. The other thing, they also had relatively popular books on there, and last but not least, the packaging. I had to take out the packaging, and I could not for the life of me figure out how the seller put everything in this box the way that she did, because I was trying to put it back in here because I took everything out to inspect everything and to put it back in, and I couldn't. So I'm gonna actually insert a clip now of what it was like to unbox this for the first time. So yes, as you could see in that clip, okay, not only did I get a really good price point on all of the books, really fast shipping, and just a good selection of books. The condition of the books were amazing. All of those components blew it out the water. 20 out of 10 for me, because that was just amazing. But what made it even more so a 20 out of 10 for me was the way that she packaged it. She had it packaged with the plastic wrap inside of it, with the bubble wrap, just to keep the books from moving. Then she put the books in a plastic bag to keep them from moving around in shipment as well. And last but not motherfucking least, okay? She also put in one of these book sleeves in here, and she did not have to do that. I didn't even know that, you know, she was doing this. Like, I didn't ask for it, I didn't purchase it or anything like that. I also didn't see anything on her page that mentioned anything about getting a bonus option or a bonus item if you purchase so many books, because I did purchase about 7 or 8 books from her shop. And honestly, I think that that is the way to go. So like, if you're purchasing from PangoBooks, I'm more than happy to like purchase, you know, 5 or 6 books versus just buying 1 book. That's just my opinion. It would give people more of an incentive to buy multiple books rather than trying to make a profit off of just 1 book. And again, I just appreciate every portion of it. 10 out of 10 across the boards for everything for this particular seller. I personally will be keeping the seller in mind. And the thing is that when you do little things like that, when you're, you know, selling on Depop, Poshmark, when you're selling on something like Pango Books, where you know that you're buying books every single time you go onto the website, little things like this will keep customers coming back. So for example, next time I go buy books on Pango Books, I'm gonna go to this seller first to see what she has. And even if there is a book that's $1 or $2 more than something I'm anticipating, like a price point that I'm anticipating, I may still end up purchasing it. You know why? Because this experience was so fucking amazing that the price point, at least I know if I'm getting something $1 or $2 more than I expected to pay, if I'm paying $1 or $2 more than I expected to pay, I know that I'm getting quality ass service, and that's really what's fucking important. So yeah, 10 out of 10 across the board. I'm so happy with this order. She really blew it out of the water, so I want to thank her so much. I know that some sellers do like a thank you card or something like that, which is nice too, but I just thought that this was such a unique and like a personal touch and something that I'll actually be able to use because I don't have a book sleeve, and it just made my day. It made me so happy. So getting into the books and moving forward from the rant that I just did. The first book that I picked up is called The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. We've seen this all over BookTube. I just thought that this was a fun book to just add to the books that I was picking up from this particular seller. It was, again, only $3, so I was like, shit, if I can get this book for $3, if I don't necessarily love it, then I can just gift it to a local library, give it away, donate it, etc., etc. The next book that I picked up is called Lease on Love by Fallon Ballard. Another one that is really talked about. It has been talked about. I've seen it pop up, especially over the past 6 months on BookTube, and I know that this is a romance novel. I know this follows the main character by the name of Sadie, and again, just another gem that I was able to find, again, for only $3. The next book that I picked up is called His Only Wife by Peace Adzomedi. Now this book, I actually saw this book on Book Outlet a while back and then decided not to pick it up. When I went back to go purchase it again, it was gone, and it made me really sad. But I was able to find this one with this particular seller for only $3, so it ended up working out in the long run. I did end up seeing it at Barnes & Noble, but I didn't want at that time to pick it up, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I was able to actually save money on it, which saving $20 on this book, I'm happy to do that. The next book that I picked up is called Yinka, Where's Your Husband by Lizzie Damilola Blackburn. And this is another one that I've been wanting and waiting to get my hands on. I love the cover of this one, and I've heard really good things about this one as well. The next book that I picked up is called Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I got another Christina Lauren book. This one is called My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. We have Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. And then this was the book that actually prompted for me to actually go in and purchase off of Pango Books to begin with. This was what made me find the seller's account. And this was the book that I was looking for when I was searching on Pango Books. You just never know. I mean, I give it the benefit of the doubt, even though I didn't really have like a solid experience before now, but this one is called Wahala by Nikki May. Now, I actually prefer the paperback version, but because this one was so cheap and was still in really good condition, I decided to go ahead and pick this one up. But yeah, I love it. So yeah, those are all of the books. It's gonna be the last book haul that I film for just a little while. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna buy books at all, but I'm not gonna buy this many at one time to haul it on a YouTube video. If you guys like this video, please like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.